It's time to tinker and talk the night away. Grab your glue and paints, we're back again. It's model making day. From classic cars to soaring planes and steam trains on the track. Whether die-cast builds or part work kits, there's no turning back. So let's tinker and talk, just you and me, building dreams from plastic, one sprue at a time. You see, whether sanding down or fitting parts, we share the joy, that's how it starts. Come along, let's tinker and talk the night away. Oh, got a Mustang here and a Spitfire too, maybe a steam train. The smell of glue, the sound of chat, in this world we all remain. Got a tip or trick, then drop it in chat. We build as friends, not just fans. This bench is open, the stream is live. Come lend a helping hand. Yeah, we tinker and talk with laughs and care. The hobby's better when you've got good folks to share. From sanding wheels to fixing wings, we celebrate the little things. So come on in, let's tinker and talk the night away. Screws and glue, just me and you, talking shop till the model's through. A misstep here, a perfect fit. We cheer each other every bit. Let's tinker and talk under workshop lights, chasing calm and joy through long creative nights. From revel kits to die-cast dreams, we're builders, makers, part of a team. It's Tuesday night, let's tinker and talk the night away.
Evening all, and welcome to another Tinker and Talk Tuesday. Now hopefully it's going to be a nice easy one because I've got a really early start tomorrow. I'm probably going to be leaving here about 5:30, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'm winging my way to Manchester. So hence why I'm on the hard stuff, Fanta. And I've chosen a nice easy build, hopefully. All I've got to do is find parts and put them together. How hard can it be? So we'll be continuing with the Lego DB5. I've laid out pack 2, or bag 2, or the multiple of bag 2s, because there was about 4 of them. So it doesn't look like many parts, so I don't know how far we'll get through this, or whether we even start bag 3. But it should be good. Just a lot of grey pieces as far as I can see at the moment. But it looks like we're going to build most of the rear end of the car, so I'll show you that in just a second. But yeah, as I said, off to Manchester. That's a work thing, and then coming back via Hotel Green and Corby. So thank you very much, Wayne, if you watch this. Got a little bit of a stopover with Wayne and Esther, so that'll be fun. So let's get into it and take over the workbench and we get building. Right, so that's what we're going to end up with, apparently. So it looks like all the rear end of the car is going to be built. All's good with me, Ian. Hello, Daniel. Yeah, it should be a good evening. Very happy to have Esther's invitation. My plan was originally pick up the printer and run. So all good. Yep, I'll mention that, Chris, and see if I can work out when he's coming down. Or I'll probably talk to Esther. Esther will know better than Wayne. Right, so obviously quite a bit of the book left to go. We shall see how far we get, as I say. But I'll stick that over there, hopefully. Sometimes I feel like this workbench is not big enough. Right, so what we're going to need, first of all, some rods. We need some little black rods as well, which are going to be somewhere. Well, at least one of them anyway. Yep, anyone that talks to me as well, they know that Rach is the boss. So, they know it's not worth talking to me. Well, you should replace that much of it. Is it like a brand new car now? I'm sure it'll make it. As Ian said. Right, so that. We need that one with 3 holes. Starting off with quite a few parts just on the first section. That one, we need a silver piece. That one. We need a little collar bit as well, which is going to be that one. Not shiny bits. For this one, that. We need a silver 1-spy stud. It's going to be that one. And then we've got the 2 pipes. So, first thing to assemble. That and that going like that. Then we have that one going in there. And then that goes in there. I should have grabbed 2 of those little collars. There it is. And I also needed 2 of those. Right, taking this piece, that and that. Well, if the engine goes, he can always put his feet through the floor and Flintstone it. Hey, Rach. I was just telling everyone how you're the boss, and that there's no point anyone ever talking to me or planning anything with me. That goes. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. That goes in there. But we need to make this bit up. Like so. That's going to go on there like that. Then we get that to go there. How many collars did I need? Did I need 4 of them? I did. Good start. Not paying attention to the instructions. Yep, driving up is about 4.5 hours, almost 5 hours, depending on traffic. And you know, there's never any traffic on the M5 or M6. Right, so we've got that. He's in Leicester, about as far as Wayne, but just across a bit further. Right, so that's there. And where are we actually putting that? It's going to involve this white bit. I know that much. Something's not making sense. It looks like that's meant to go on there. Or is that just the way the picture is? I think that's just the way the picture is, actually. I think it goes there. Sometimes having PDF instructions or something that you can spin around makes a whole lot of difference. I've just realised that's the rear bumper. So that's how that makes sense there. So we've got to build the same thing for the opposite side. So pretty much need all the same parts. I'm not going to find any of them. Right, we need 4 of these, I know that much. 1, 2, 3. 4. 2 of those. We got that little bendy bit. Blue bit. Yeah, Rach really likes Gloucester. She will now be laughing. When it must have been 2016, because I think James, our son, was only a few months old, and it was for Rachel's birthday. I was taking her up to... Where was I taking you up to, Rach? Was it Bristol? Was it Birmingham or Bristol we were going? Can't remember where we were going, but I'd set basically a couple of little clues of where we were going, and then it was Chester Zoo is where we were going, and I'd set some clues of where we were going, and she was trying to figure it out. And then one of the things was we were going to stop off at Gloucester, so I'd already booked a table at a restaurant for Gloucester, and so all the way up she was trying to work out what the F is in Gloucester, and that was her actual words with more expletive. And she must have repeated that sentence about 20 times on the road up to Gloucester. Right, why can't I find this piece with the holes in it? Get the drill in a minute and start making holes myself. I need that one. But I need a 4-piece with holes in the side. There it is. You said that when the twins came along as well. The second one was definitely a surprise. Right, I need the little black one as well. A little black pipe. There it is. Really do need to pay attention to what I'm doing, rather than winding the wife up, because otherwise the doors will get locked. Doing these live streams, I really understand now how Wayne takes his life into his hands whenever he does a live stream from the workshop. Right, what am I missing? I'm missing that little bracket. Right, let's start with those. I'm sure I'm missing something else, but I can't work it out at the minute. That's got to go through there. You then have that goes... Oops, need the black one first. Yep, But it still worries me every time you see all these, you're watching all these murder programs. I'm sure you have a million ways that you could make it look like the cat did it. You mean when you're 30 again? I might get husband points for that. That goes there. That goes there. Single one. So did I put that on that other one? Yep. All about right, Ian. When I saw the book titles of the Women's Murder Club, I thought, now what does that mean? And then I realised they actually solve murders. Right, so now we need to do this little elbow again. We need that shorter pipe. That's going to go like that. That's going to go like that. And then that is going to go on here. Actually work out where it goes this time. I still put it in the wrong place. I was playing with this earlier and I realised how the ejector seat mechanism works. So this is the rear bumper, and if we pull on that, it will pop the ejector seat out. So at least that mechanism works. So there's a start. Whether it works at the end will be yet to be seen. Right, it looks like we're building the rear wing already. So grey pieces within grey pieces, with a few blacks thrown in for good measure. My problem is I usually go to sleep during them while she's watching them. Clearly not making me nervous enough. Right, so we've got that going on there. We need a little white claw. There. Looks like we need another grey piece. Surprise, surprise. It needs to be a two-piece, that one. That's going to go there. And then we need black 2 with a black flat and a black circle. So, black 2, black flat, black circle, or black stud, I guess. I definitely couldn't be a master builder, could I? I could never find anything. That's going to go on to there. Don't I know it? Right, we need more grey bits. We need a grey 4-way block. We need a grey flat 2-piece. We need a grey flat 1-piece. I'm sure we got names. I think is it a plate when it's got studs on top? I can't find a single grey. Because it's there, that's why. We need a little wedge shape. I only learnt recently, watching a few Lego things on Facebook, TikTok, etc. And I only just realised when people were saying snot bricks, and I wondered what was a snot brick. And I'll leave it a minute in case anyone puts it in chat, and if they can work out what a snot brick is. But once you know it, it makes perfect sense. Could be, but it actually stands for something. And that is effectively a snot brick, because the studs are not on top. Studs not on top. Snot. And everyone's just gone, ah! Right. So that's going to go... Oh, I'll put that bit in the right place first. Then that's going to go on there. Then we need a 1x1. And that's going to go... Now that's not making sense. Something's not making sense. Ah, that goes like that. And then that goes on there. That makes sense now. Then we need one of those and a 2x. Clearly you both have kids. And to be fair, Rach, you used to work in childcare, so I'm sure you've probably seen that or had to pull something out of a child's nose. Hey Mark, welcome to the stream. We're just talking about kids putting Lego up noses. So, you know, everything covered on this stream. Right, looking for 2x2, there it is. And that's going to go just there. And then we need a 3x3, or 3x1 I should say. That's going to go there. Dang it. Right. How was that going? That was there, that was there. And that was there. Nope, that way around. And that's got to go on top. And then we have a little white stud somewhere. Right, so that's that. And then we have this. We need 2 of those. We have the hole in. Going to go like that, and then we need a plate. And then that's going to go on top of there. Okay. Then we need a 3x1 again, which is going to go just there. Ah, we need an arch first, or part of an arch. That one. And then that's going to go there. Get the glue in a minute. I'm glad you said it was when you were a kid, and say if you're doing it now, then there's something wrong with you. Have you had to put that up, Chris, or you got all the highways done that? Because I'm sure you don't want a car coming through your living room when it's icy. Right, then we need this long piece. And that is going there. And then we need a black stud. And that one goes on there. Need one of these pieces. Now I'm sure we've got to do the exact same thing for the opposite side in a minute. That's going to go there, like so. And then I'm sure these probably got names, so that to me is just a funny shape with an arch with a bit on it. That's going to go there. And then on top of that, we need a flat plate. Like that. You might have to tell some people in chat what an emmet is. And how you got called an emmet potentially at one point. Near the head of highways, whom oversaw the A30 build, treated as child years, went on some 10 million. Excellent. See, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I suppose it's a bit of what you know as well. Right, so I've done that. Then we need this sort of boat piece, which is going to go there. Right, so this is the side of the vehicle here. Now, how am I going to get... that just sits in there, does it? Yep. So that goes there, and clips over like that. There we go. I'm guessing I'm going to the page and be told to do the exact same thing to the other side. Yes, is the answer. Too much tech, that's the problem. Can you get an app for scouting? Right, so we need that there. We need another one of those little claw pieces, the white claws. Just going to go there. And then we need back claw. And then we need black 2, the black stud, and the black plate. He did look a bit sheepish after that. Can't remember the place. That's down where Doc Martin was filmed, but I can't remember the place. Port something or other. So, I just thought we were tourists, and technically we were. Right, so we've got that block going there. Then we need another flat 2, one of those, and a little wedge. There's the wedge piece. There it is. Port Isaac, that was it. I knew it was where Doc Martin was filmed. Couldn't remember the name of it. I was trying to think Port Wen, but that's actually what it's called in Doc Martin, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Now we need a black 3. That's going to go on there. Yeah, hopefully this time it doesn't fall apart when I try and put this other piece in. We need one of those. We need a 2x1. Two by one. There it is. That goes there. And then we need the 3x1. No, missing something. Missed the 1x1. That 1x1 should have gone there. That's in there. That's in there. And then we have this on there. A little white stud. Yep, I saw that the other day. They're cracking down on anyone that's picking basically the busiest day to travel. It wasn't just non-insured. They caught people no MOT or not the right insurance, cars that were defective, like bad tyres. So, yeah, good advertisement for coming to Cornwall or Devon, and don't come down here, you get nicked. Right, looking for another one with a hole in the middle. Single stud with a hole in the middle. I can always get the drill. See, I don't know what the purpose of the hole is. It's probably going to be for lighting or something. Where it is, so probably do need more of a hole in it. But I can't see it. the bags. I'm not seeing a single stud with a hole in the middle. I've got one, but I need two. I'm not seeing it. Almost inclined to say it's not here. Can I get away with... No, because it's going to be on the side. So it needs to be... Definitely needs to be a grey brick, or light grey brick. Not going to get hidden. Well, if you can see it, Rach, come up here and find it. Definitely not added it on there. Got that one. Not unheard of that, you know, you don't get a Lego part. Be the first time it's ever happened to me. Now, I know I had another little bag, which I don't seem to have any more. I was just wondering if it's in that other bag. Maybe got stuck. Nope, there it is. So, empty bag, empty bag, empty bag, and empty bag. So, definitely not in the bags. I'm going to go have a quick look at my other bits of spare Lego, but I don't think I'm going to have one. This is from the Lego DeLorean, and these are all the spare parts of the Lego DeLorean. Right, the answer is no, I'm not going to have one. So, what am I going to do? I haven't used it, have I? Accidentally. That was meant to be there, isn't it? Yes. Wait a minute. Am I looking for something that I'd already used? Hold on. Am I going insane? No, I'm on that bit. Should that be that? Stand by. I might have confused myself. I think... Yep, there it is. So I picked that up, thinking that was a 1x1 stud. back on track. Gloss over that little bit. Hey, Pegdes. How are you getting on with your van? Have you painted it black with a red stripe yet? I know it's not the same type, but surely everyone wants a black van with a red stripe. Right, now I've lost the page that I'm meant to be on. Right, now we've got two of those with holes in. And then we're going to do that one there, and then that can go on there, like that. Yeah, that is correct. Because how we get the other hole is the loop section. Right, next we need a little arch piece and that piece. Yeah, well, as you can see, there's a pretty much a sea of grey here, and yeah, that one by one, I just happened to must have pick it up and not see the holes in it. So that goes there. It's always a 5-minute job until one bolt breaks. Right, so we're going to have that on there again. Then we need one of those little loop bits. And that's going there. Was there a gap before? Oh, I didn't put a stud in, that's why. That black stud needs to go there first. And then that goes on top. Yeah. You always wonder how the manufacturers manage to get things together when they seem impossible to come apart. Right, we need one of these grey ones. That's going to go there. We need that little funny shaped brick again. It's going to go there. Ramp piece. Tile. And the little boat hole bit. Is it a big enough piece? Where is it? I definitely haven't used this one. Oh, there it is. Although I have put it on the wrong way up. Right, so you can pop that there. And attach that like that. Excellent. Getting the rear end of the car done now. Sounds like a fun job, Pegdes. Right, so we need to make sure why didn't you tell me that? I suppose you did tell me it, but I didn't turn the page. So what I should have done is made sure this piece was inside this section. But I jumped ahead a page. that goes there, and then that goes down there. There we go. Now we need this plate and this piece. And then that is going to go. Oh, we need two of those flat pieces. That is going to go there. Yeah. Trying to work out whether it was going further forward or not, but it's not. And then we have that one there. And then we should have a two-piece. It's going to fill in that gap like that. That's great, you get 3 repairs then. Or has he started taking your car apart already and destroying that? Hey Dad, look, I've converted the car to a convertible. But it's a side roof. Right, so we need to do 2 of those, so I'll do that in a sec. That one, I was going to go with those claw pieces that we put in earlier. We need to create another one of those. So 2 of those. White one, black one, and a grey one. And then pop in there. I'm assuming that's going to be the hinge for the boot. It's taken way longer than I expected it to. Didn't help looking for that part I'd already used. Right, we need that. I need a larger one of that. There it is. So that's going to go through there. That's going to go on there. We have one of these blue ones. It's going to go into there. Oh, this is real lights that we're building. That's cool. So we've got orange light in there. We have this little blue stud that's going to go into there, which is then going to have one of these red ones on it. And then at the very bottom, we should have a clear one. We'll only go one way around on it. Yeah. You could put these ones 2 flat ones, and then this one as a inside one, like a proper stud. I don't know why they couldn't have done it the other way. Never mind. So we need to do another one of those. And can I find the parts? No. Don't need that. Gonna need that. Gonna need that. And that. And that. Still not finding that. Right, so that goes there. That goes there. That through there. And that the wrong way around. That goes that way through. And And that one goes in there. That orange one goes on there. Little blue one goes in there first. Then we have the red one, and then we have the grey one. Look at that. And then we can put those on there. So clearly it doesn't have a oil defense. Right, now we need 3x3, 3x1 I should say. Again, we need 2 of these. Like so. It looks like that's going to start the center console. Like that. 2 ramp pieces. We'll go there and there. Grey piece. Surprise, surprise. It's probably going to look like that one. 2 great pieces. 2 grates. A gear. 2 black ones with holes in. Where's the other one? There it is. No, not doing the Willys Jeep. I did notice that the Jaws announcement has been made, and it's ready for pre-order. Now that one I am very, very tempted to do. Just turn the van on its side, then it won't leak out the bottom. Works with milk bottles. Need 2 of those. Need 1 of those. Right, so now we need that go on there, that there, that there, and then these great pieces are going there. Oh, we've got a sticker to go on. Where have the stickers gone? Oh, this is the navigation screen. Make sure I get this right around, which is going to be this way. There you go, got the little nav screen. We need that to go on there, that to go through there, that goes through that way with the green dots facing upwards. That then goes there, that then goes like so, and then we've got a gear on the end of it. So I think this, I've just seen how that works. That is excellent. There's going to be it's obviously a gear that's going to flip that like that. That's brilliant. I didn't expect that. Right, so that's going to go just there. So that's going to sort of flip like that, I guess. Hello B, welcome to the stream. It's coming to the end now. You can always check back in a rewind. Right, let's get the centre bit done, because it looks like we're putting the steering wheel in a minute. So, let's see what we can get done in the next few minutes. I know what I'm looking for, but I cannot see them at all. Where are they? It's a lattice type piece. Ah, there it is. And then we need 2 of these 1x1s, followed by 2 of these. I didn't actually pay attention to what we were building, to be fair. I just saw that it was mainly the rear end of the car. That's going like so. And then we're going to be building the steering wheel up. And to do that, we need several pieces that I can't find. One of those. We need that. That's what we need. That goes like that. That goes like that. That one goes in there. Steering wheel goes on that. And then we have a grey flat piece. That will go like that. Excellent. And then the steering wheel will go and click into there. Right. Now we need an L piece, but not a flat one. Not finding it. There it is. And we need 2 piece, a 4 piece. A couple little reverse wedge pieces. Like that. Need another one of those, which I assume would be in the same sort of area. And we need a single stud. Which is that. And then we need 2. We need one of those. We need another 2. And that's going on there. I have literally no idea what I'm building. Oh, now becoming apparent actually what I'm building. I'm actually building a seat, believe it or not. Got that going on there. Would have been nice to have seen silver bits on here, actually, because I'm pretty sure the edge of the seats were silver. Had sort of chrome trim, certainly on the control bits anyway. Right, Where is the final curve section? There it is. So there we are, a seat. It's a very good way of creating a seat. Now that's going to latch into those little claws, hopefully. Although it doesn't seem to, because I've got that in the way. Does that move out of the way? Should that have been somewhere else? I think that should be folded further over. I think that's in the wrong place, or in the wrong angle. Just take that out a second. Just see where it's on a pivot, where it's on a cross. Get it out. Right, I can lay that down, so it might not be as difficult to fix as I originally thought. Because I think that's meant to go underneath here. And I'm guessing that that serves a purpose. And I bet that purpose is to stop you pulling that too far. Right, I need to fix that. But it is 9 o'clock and I'm not going to fix it now because it means disassembling half of this. So I am going to leave it there because otherwise I'll be at this for another half an hour. And I don't really feel like doing that for another half an hour. So I'll probably end up watching this stream to work out why I've got that piece there. And to remind myself what I need to fix. So I will leave it there for tonight. Just realised the other lights aren't on, it's a bit dark. Right, thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed that stream. Didn't get as far as what I'd hoped, and now I've realised I need to fix something. So why not leave it as that? Because I'm not fixing that right now. As I said, got an early start tomorrow, so I'm going to go have another drink and probably go to bed. So cheers all. I'll hopefully see you on the next one.